Hi guys, I'm Thisfitmum. As you've probably seen on my social media recently, I have hurt my back. I've done something whilst I was doing some hits and hurt the ligaments or in between bits. I can't quite remember what the osteopath said it was, but it's all inflamed, not very good. So I'm having to give up a bit of high intensity hit workout at the moment and just do a little bit more sort of yoga, stretching. And today I'm going to do a quick 20-minute yoga stretch exercise for the lower back and hip area. So if you want to join along, get into something comfy and let's get started. So first of all, you want to get into a seated position. You want to put your feet on the ground so they're grounded, straight in front of you. Make sure they're pointing forwards and make it that your hips, your knees and your feet are all aligned so they're all facing forward together. Next, you want to place your hands just at the back of your thighs and pull up and stretch your spine right up. Head, imagine there is a string from your head right down to the bottom of your spine and really pull yourself up. Pull your belly button into your back and give yourself a really good stretch. A very important thing when you're doing yoga is to remember your breathing. You want to make sure you're taking big, deep breaths in and deep breaths out. Now, whilst you're in this pose, as you breathe out, lean forward and really let yourself relax. Let your body relax, let your chin relax, let your head relax, let your arms relax, hug your knees and just feel your body go, and then feel that stretch as you're leaning over your knees, and continue to do the deep breaths in, deep breaths out, and close your eyes, just let yourself go, really relax into this pose. Remember, think about your feet, make sure they're relaxed. Let your chin go, let your head go, let your shoulders go. Just let all of that weight fall down and just relax. Close your eyes, go into your own zone and just relax your body. You're stretching at the same time, and you can feel it run from your tailbone right up your spine, and just let that body get into the stretch. Continuing to keep your eyes closed, just keep relaxing into the pose, letting yourself go. Continuing to remember your breathing. Slowly come up out of the pose. Put your hands on the floor, either side. Get grounded and slowly come back up. Stretching up again and making sure that you're keeping your back straight and that you're pulling up. Put your hands back underneath your thighs and point the toes up. And feel the stretch. Continuing to breathe deep in and out. Next, if you can manage it, what you want to do is lift your feet up off the floor into a boat pose and balance in the pose, keeping your legs straight in front of you. Again, keeping your back straight, maintaining the deep breathing. Slowly put your feet back down onto the floor. Make sure that they're grounded. Put your left leg straight in front of you and pull your right knee towards your chest. Pull the knee in and push your body up against your knee. Stretch your back and pull your toe upwards. Next, hug that knee and twist round to the right. Not going too far, putting your hand behind you to keep you grounded and supported. Just face the right side of your mat and feel that stretch. Come back to the front. Pull that knee in again and bring up the left knee. stretching your right knee into your chest, putting your left leg back down again. If you need to move to get comfortable, do so. Now we're going to bring that right leg in, folded like a half frog, keeping that left leg out and using your right arm to stretch across to your left leg. Feeling that stretch through your back. Go as far as you can. We don't want to overexert ourselves right now. This is a stretching movement. Both arms forward and laying over the leg and having a bit of a deeper stretch. Again, we don't want to push it too far, so go as far as is comfortable for you. Sitting up again, bringing both knees in. Next, put your right leg out and bring your left knee into your chest, pulling it close, sitting up straight as you can. Hug the knee and really feel that stretch in the leg and the back, pulling yourself up straight, concentrating on your breathing at all times, remembering deep breaths in and deep breaths out. Hugging the left knee this time, put your hand behind you and just turn to face the left side of the mat. We're not turning too far, we're just having a nice gentle stretch just to assist with any lower back or hip discomfort. Come round to the front, both knees in and hug them, keeping the back straight. Again, remembering your breathing. Right leg out again and bringing the left foot up to the groin into a half frog pose and bringing the left arm over to the right leg. Again, as much as is comfortable for you, don't overexert yourself. Listen to your body. Continue with the breathing. Make sure you're having big breaths in and big breaths out. Concentrating on the stretch, imagining the stretch, feeling the stretch from the tailbone up the spine. Now both hands you want to lay over the leg, holding the foot. Again, laying down over the leg, stretching as far as that is comfortable. We don't want to try and exceed any stretching today. We just want to have a nice release from any aches and pains and tensions. Lower back and hip problems are quite common for mums. Coming back up again, keeping the back straight at all times. Make sure you keep yourself grounded, feet out in front of you, and we want to just quickly bring our toes up, point them forward and bring them up again, and just feel that stretch down our legs that will come all the way up to our hips. Remembering your breathing, sitting up straight. Always try and remember that string on your head going to the bottom of your spine and keeping you upright for good posture. Next, you want to bring in both legs and use your elbows to lean against your thighs. Push them down slightly if you can, and just on the exhale, lean down, and on the inhale, lean up. Exhale, lean down, relax into it. Don't stress your body, just relax into the pose. And then as you inhale, come back up. You're doing slow, controlled movements. Go as far that is comfortable. Again, forward. Using your elbows to push down your knees slightly, as much as it is comfortable, just to open up those hips. And then coming back up again. Keeping that spine upright on the way up. And Again, on the way down, pushing those knees out, laying forward and relaxing into that pose on the exhale. And then inhale, come up. Placing the legs back together, putting them slowly back down on the floor, toes up towards the ceiling, and just relax, keeping that back straight. And next we're going to go into a windmill movement where we're using our right hand to go all the way around, come across to touch our left foot, and then round to the side of our body again, and then repeating on the left hand side, round, bringing it round to the right foot, and again across the body, down to the side, and then again right, bringing it down, and then left again. Don't worry too much about what you think it looks like. Concentrate on the stretch and the movement. It'll probably start to flow a little bit easier once you start doing it. It's very slow, alternate rotations and reaching towards the opposite foot. Just twisting slightly, and then laying down on both legs, holding the feet and pulling up, pulling that back into an arch position. Again, as comfortable as possible. We don't want to be causing any discomfort. If you're able to do so, lay a little flatter onto your legs, pull in onto your feet to bring you down as far as you can without discomfort. Bend your knees, you don't want them locked, so bend them slightly, and you'll be able to feel that stretch all the way up your legs and up your spine. Relax into this pose, relaxing again your jaw, your head, your shoulders, concentrating on the stretch you can feel in your legs and your back. Just relaxing, closing your eyes, getting into the zone, and then slowly rolling yourself up, back up into the seated position, straight back, bringing your knees back up to your chest. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put our feet outwards, putting our hands on the ground for support, and we're going to get ourselves into a frog pose where we can just rock our hips from side to side and really open those hips up. Gentle rocking, again, not overexerting yourself, doing as much as you physically can without hurting yourself, but so you can feel a good stretch. And then bring yourself into a garland pose where you're using your elbows to push your knees out in a praying hand position. Putting your hands flat on the ground, bring your hips up. Now getting to a standing position and slowly back down, rolling the back down very gently. Bending the knees, coming back down, grounding again, stretching up, arching the back, feeling that stretch, leaning forward, hands on the ground, and bringing yourself up once more to standing as straight as you can, and using your arms to pull yourself back and stretch open your chest, and then lean down again once more, back down your legs, keeping the knees slightly bent, putting your hands grounded onto the floor, relax your shoulders, using the gravity to pull you down, and just feel that stretch. relaxing, closing your eyes, getting into the zone. Now we're going to put our legs out as wide as the mat again, and we're going to stretch that down a little bit further into the centre, and then we're going to get ourselves back into a garland pose using our hands again into a praying position, to use our elbows to push out our knees and give those hips a good stretch. Come back into a seated position, pulling the knees into the chest and placing both legs out in front of you. Remembering again the string from your head to your bottom of your spine to your tailbone, keeping you up straight. Now slowly bring your heels up, slide your bum down so you can lay back comfortably, and just pull your tummy button, your belly button into your spine. Now we're going to lift our knees up very slowly, hugging them into our chest, bringing that tailbone, lifting it up off of the mat and feeling that stretch, and bringing it to one side so your knees are on top of each other, up to one side, arms to the other, and stretching out, and then flipping to the other side, knees to one side, arms to another. Keep it slow and controlled. Don't rush these movements, especially if you've got a delicate back like I have at the minute. You want to keep them slow and controlled, no sudden sharp movements. Now what we want to do is place one leg over the other. If you can, bring the other knee up. Don't overexert yourself, so if this is uncomfortable, stay with the two legs on top of each other. But if this is okay, roll this down to one side, one leg over the other, just for a bit of an extra stretch, and then repeat on the other side by bringing it to the centre, slowly unfolding your legs, folding them the opposite way. And again, stretching down and twisting the arms and the body in the opposite direction as much as you can so it's comfortable. If it isn't, like I said, just keep to the original movement. Come to the centre again. To do is we're going to just gently lean up, pulling our knees into our chest, and again lifting that tailbone off of the mat. Using your tummy muscles to keep that tailbone up. And next, we're going to put our feet onto the floor, and we're going to lift our pelvis up as far as you can without causing any discomfort, pushing the hips up, and then again bringing the knees in and bringing that tailbone off of the mat, using your tummy muscles, but you can hug your legs as well to bring it up further. Now we're going to get into a happy baby pose, holding the feet, stretching out, stretching the hips, pulling in your knees towards you, just relaxing again into the pose. And then slowly coming out of it, bringing your knees to your chest and then slowly down again so your feet are grounded onto the floor. Now placing one hand over your belly button and the other on your heart, taking in a few deep breaths before we bring our arms up to stretch overhead. And back down, lifting up to our knees and down, and just repeating this a couple of times. Arms up towards our knees, back down, and one more time, up towards our knees, and back down. Now we're going to slowly come back up into hugging your knees into your chest, sitting upright, making sure your back is straight, and then using your hands to again lift yourself up gently, getting down, leaning forward, stretching down as far as comfortable, just using gravity to help with the stretch. And then bringing your feet either side of the mat. Again, getting into that garland pose, using your elbows to stretch out the knees and really feeling the stretch on your hips. Putting your hand into a prayer position, pushing your elbows out. Now, want to slowly come forward, putting our hands on the ground and bringing our toes together at the back and leaning forward, getting into a frog pose and opening up those hips, just relaxing into it. Continuing to remember those breathing, deep inhalation and exhaling on the way up. Bringing the knees back in again and again, laying back forward, this time into a child's pose. And in a minute we're going to slowly bring ourselves up and get ourselves into some cat and cow poses, helping to improve the flexibility in your spine and your shoulders, as well as strengthening your abdomen. Bringing that spine up, belly button to your back, just into the cow pose. If you're feeling any discomfort, slight rocking motion might help, but keeping it slow and controlled. And then into a cat pose. I've really struggled with this one today. Into the cow pose. And keep alternating, but very slowly and gently. As you can see, my cat pose is very limited. My back is very tight, and leaning backwards is my issue today. And keep alternating those stretches just to give your spine some flexibility, and do it as much as you can. Don't cause yourself any discomfort. Now we're going to slowly bring ourselves up to a kneeling position, stretching our arms up, keeping your back tall, and then exhaling, leaning to one side and repeating on the other, engaging your abs to protect your back, and only go far enough as is comfortable. Stretching the sides. Remember to breathe, stretching up as high and as tall as you can, stretching those shoulders and your back. Finishing with one hand on the heart and one on the abdomen.